the psychology of cravings and how to beat them. Ready for another exciting vlog? Today, we're diving into one of the hottest topics out there right now. You won't want to miss this. Think back to a time when you had a wild craving for something delicious. Last night, or maybe this morning, you felt that strong, almost impossible to ignore, craving for something delicious to eat, right? It wasn't for something like world peace or a new book. No, this was something more primal. Maybe it was for a specific food. A piece of rich, dark chocolate, a bag of salty chips, or a cold, fizzy soda. Or perhaps it was a craving to check your phone, to scroll through social media, or to have just one more episode of your favorite show. As I thought, almost all of us, cravings are a universal human experience. They feel like a personal failing, a lack of willpower. We beat ourselves up over them. But what if I told you that a craving is not a character flaw? It's not a sign of weakness. In fact, it's a complex psychological and biological event happening inside your brain and body. Today, we are going to demystify cravings. We will journey into the neuroscience behind them, uncover the powerful triggers that set them off, and most importantly, arm you with a practical, science-backed toolkit to not just resist them, but to actually rewire your brain to beat them. Our goal is to move from feeling controlled by our cravings to understanding and managing them with confidence. Part 1. What is a craving? It's all in your head, literally. To beat a craving, we first need to understand what it is. At its core, a craving is an intense desire for a specific object, experience, or substance. But neurologically, it's a battle between different parts of your brain. Think of your brain as having three key players. The reptilian brain, Brainstem, your survival instinct. It manages basic functions like breathing and hunger. 2. The limbic system, the mammalian brain. This is the emotional center. It's home to the amygdala for emotions like fear and pleasure, and the hippocampus for memory. Most importantly, it contains the nucleus accumbens, the brain's reward headquarters. 3. The prefrontal cortex, the executive. This is the wise, logical CEO of your brain. It's responsible for decision-making, impulse control, and long-term planning. A craving is essentially your limbic system hijacking your prefrontal cortex. It's an emotional, memory-driven scream for reward that temporarily drowns out the logical voice saying, maybe that third cookie isn't a good idea. The key chemical in this hijacking is dopamine. Many people think dopamine is about pleasure, but it's more accurate to think of it as the molecule of anticipation or motivation. When you do something your brain perceives as rewarding, like eating sugar, dopamine is released. This dopamine surge does two things. 1. It makes you feel good. 2. It teaches your brain. Remember what you just did. Do that again. Over time, with repetition, your brain gets efficient. It doesn't even need the sugar anymore. Just the thought of sugar, or a cue associated with it, like walking past a bakery, can trigger a dopamine spike. This anticipation, this craving is your brain's way of motivating you to seek out that reward. It's a powerful, ancient survival mechanism that was designed to make us seek out calories and procreate. In our modern world of abundance, this same mechanism is now triggered by cupcakes and Netflix. Part 2. The triggers. Why cravings strike. Now that we know how cravings work, let's look at why they strike. Cravings don't come out of the blue. They are almost always cued by specific triggers. We can group them into 5 categories. 1. Emotional triggers, the biggest one. Stress, boredom, sadness, anxiety, even happiness. We learn to use certain substances or behaviors to change our emotional state. Had a bad day? You might crave wine or ice cream to numb the feeling. Feeling bored? You might crave the stimulation of social media. This is called emotional regulation, and it's a primary driver of habit loops. 2. Environmental triggers, the power of context. This is classic Pavlovian conditioning. If you always eat popcorn at the movies, just walking into a cinema can trigger a craving for popcorn. Other examples: seeing a pack of cigarettes in your purse, driving past a specific fast food restaurant, or even the time of day. It's 3 p.m., time for my sugary snack. 3. Social triggers. We are social creatures. Celebrating with champagne, going out for pizza with friends, having a beer at a baseball game. Our cravings are heavily influenced by the people around us and the social situations we're in. 4. Physiological triggers. These are related to our body's state. Lack of sleep is a massive one. It weakens your prefrontal cortex, the COO, and makes you more susceptible to impulsive cravings. True hunger can also masquerade as a craving for quick energy, like carbs or sugar. And oddly, dehydration can sometimes be misinterpreted by the brain as hunger. 5. Sensory triggers. The smell of freshly baked bread, the sound of a soda can opening, the sight of a gooey chocolate commercial. Our senses are direct pathways to the emotional brain and can trigger powerful memories and associated cravings. These triggers feed into what psychologists call the habit loop, popularized by Charles Duhigg. It's a neurological loop that governs any habit and contains four essentials like cue, craving, routine, and reward, all explained as follows. Cue, the trigger, for example, feeling stressed at 4 p.m. Craving, the desire for a change in state, for example, I want to feel relaxed. Routine, the behavior itself, for example, walking to the vending machine for a candy bar. Reward, the satisfaction, for example, the sugar rush, the temporary distraction. The key to breaking a craving is to interrupt this loop. You can't always avoid the cue, but you can change your response to the craving and the routine. Part 3. The Toolkit. How to beat cravings. Alright, now this is the practical part. What do you do when a craving hits you like a tidal wave? This is about survival in the moment. 1. Surf the urge surfing. Instead of fighting the craving, imagine it as a wave. It builds up, it peaks, and then it subsides. Cravings are time limited. They typically last only for 10 to 20 minutes. Acknowledge it. There's a craving for potato chips. Don't judge it. Just watch it with curiosity. Feel it in your body. Where do you feel it? Your stomach? Your mouth? Breathe into it. And watch as the wave, without you acting on it, loses its power and crashes on the shore. 2. The 10-minute delay rule. Make a deal with yourself. When a craving hits, tell yourself, okay, I can have it, but not right now. I will wait 10 minutes. During that time, distract yourself. Drink a large glass of water. Do 10 push-ups. Call a friend. This simple delay engages the prefrontal cortex, and often the intensity of the craving will pass. 3. Reframe the craving. Change your internal dialogue. Instead of saying, I can't have sugar, which feels like deprivation, say, I don't eat sugar because I value feeling energized and healthy. This shifts it from a restriction to a conscious choice aligned with your values. It's empowering. While those inter-moment tricks are vital, the real game changer is long-term rewiring. 1. Hack the habit loop. Remember the cue craving routine rude loop. The golden rule of habit change is: keep the cue and the reward, but change the routine. Cue, feeling stressed at 4 p.m. Old routine. Eat a candy bar. Reward, feeling relaxed, distracted. New routine. What else could give you a similar reward? A 5-minute walk outside, listening to one favorite song. doing a few stretches. Find a healthier behavior that delivers a similar payoff. 2. Manage your environment. This is the most effective strategy. Out of sight really is out of mind. If you crave ice cream at night, don't keep it in the house. If you mindlessly scroll on your phone, charge it in another room. Make the queue harder to access. 3. Prioritize sleep and hydration. By getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep and drinking enough water, you are fortifying your prefrontal cortex, your CEO, and removing false physiological triggers. This is foundational, not optional. 4. Practice mindfulness. Regular meditation or mindfulness practice strengthens your ability to observe your thoughts and cravings without automatically reacting to them. It's like weightlifting for your self-control muscle. 5. Focus on addition, not subtraction. Instead of thinking, I have to stop eating junk food, think, I'm going to add more whole, nutritious foods to my day. When you're full of healthy food, you're simply less likely to be hit by a powerful craving. You're filling the tank with high-quality fuel. Key takeaways. So, let's bring it all together. What should you walk away with today? 1. A craving is not a moral failing. It's a well-worn neural pathway, a powerful biological and psychological signal. 2. Cravings are triggered by emotions, environments, people, and physical states. Identifying your personal triggers is the first step to empowerment. 3. You can beat them with a two-pronged approach. Use in-the-moment tactics like urge surfing and a 10-minute delay to survive the wave. And use long-term strategies like habit replacement and environmental design to rewire your brain for good. Conclusion. The path to mastering cravings isn't about perfection. It's about awareness, understanding, and compassionate persistence. You are not fighting yourself. You are understanding your own incredible brain and learning to guide it. Hope you like our vlog. Please don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to our channel for more such useful content.